Hello, everybody. This is the Glyphosate guy, Danny Zen, coming to you live from the Northern Hemisphere. Listen up, block out all distractions. In the next half hour or so of your investment of time, you are going to learn about how to significantly improve your well-being, hopefully the quality of your life, and hopefully the quantity, okay? This is inspired by a few articles that I came across recently. By the way, the title of this talk is Iodine 101, with the what, the why, and the how. Learn all about this critical nutrient for your thyroid gland and every single cell in your body. For those that don't know me, I had struggled with brain fog, fatigue, neurological symptoms, just feeling cold, thinning hair for a long time, okay? I was even bedridden for 3 years from 2009, 2011. So please pay attention if you or someone that you know or love is struggling with their health. It could be because of iodine, which in fact, there's probably at least 85% of Americans that are deficient in this critical nutrient, okay? You can, by the way, view this quote-unquote PowerPoint on Google Drive by going to tinyurl.com/iodine101, okay? That's T-Tango, INYURL.com/IODINE101. And apologize in advance for this poor audio quality. I just haven't had time to get a new microphone. I also create this shortened link as soon as this video is uploaded. And thank you in advance to Mike Adams and his team there at Brighteon for approving this video so people can get to the root cause of their health issues instead of resorting to some potentially fatal pharmaceutical drug, okay? So this is a picture of a thyroid gland. This is going to be a somewhat shallow dive, definitely not a deep dive, but it's going to be a great overview, okay? You can learn more also by going to this link as well, okay? tinyurl.com/learn-about-iodine, as well as my Linktree /IodineForDummies site. That's L as in Lima, Linktr.ee/IodineForDummies. If any of these links don't work, feel free to leave me a voicemail with your email address and I'll send you a copy of this. My landline number is 786-441-2727. Again, that's 786-441-2727. So the outline, we're going to go over, like I mentioned, 3 articles about how glyphosate is disrupting iodine. We're going to list some iodine deficiency symptoms. We'll reference a book and a couple iodine experts' work and their websites. Mention a couple tests for thyroid functioning, as well as loading up on iodine for your thyroid gland. We'll list some iodine-rich foods, watch a couple videos, and introduce a couple iodine supplements, okay? So these are the 3 articles. One is titled, Could glyphosate-based herbicides be associated with increased thyroid diseases worldwide? That you can see here. It's a national PubMed, basically, okay? Frontiers in Endocrinology. I won't go through it. You can read it at your own leisure, the abstract and all that. Again, this is what's making me do this video, okay? For those that are want to geek out and read all the abstract details, I just need to know the big picture stuff that there's a very good chance, if not definitely, glyphosate messing up with our a thyroid gland and thus iodine, okay? I do want to mention before I forget, you want to balance, make sure you supplement your, support your thyroid gland with all the nutrients that it needs, not just iodine. Others include selenium. Tyrosine is huge. I'll maybe shoot another video about how tyrosine is also being disrupted by glyphosate. Okay, that's an amino acid. And I've read somewhere that something like all of our body's blood pumps through the thyroid gland every, I don't know, 2-4 hours or something like that, or even maybe every 20 minutes, I forget. But some crazy thing like that, okay? And it's a magnet for toxins, our thyroid gland. Ask any functional medicine doctor and ask them if I'm correct about our thyroid glands being magnets for toxins. By the way, Mr. Shark Tank, Damon John, I think his name is, the black bald guy, had thyroid disease or cancer. Could be because of maybe glyphosate or other toxins being stored in his thyroid gland, okay? I've actually reached out to him to invite him to this channel. So that's one article. Another is by a chiropractor, a Dr. Kurt. And this is his glyphosate autoimmune thyroid short article, okay? And so it also mentions about how, glyphosate's messing up our thyroid gland, okay, and iodine as well, causing autoimmune thyroid issues, okay? You can read that at this link here, okay? morehealthlesshealthcare.com. I like that, by the way. More health, less healthcare. That makes sense to me. And then the last one's about a study in male rats titled Perinatal Exposure to Glyphosate-Based Herbicide Alters the Thyrotrophic Axis and Causes Thyroid Homeostasis Imbalance, okay? And that's from Science Direct. And you can visit this link here to read that. And this is the article I'll just show you, okay? Again, I won't get into the details. You can read it at your own leisure. And so this information, by the way, I plan to transfer it to my glyphosate testing, exposure prevention, and detoxing game plan, which currently this link is directing to tinyurl.com/detoxing roundup. Okay, again, tinyurl.com/detoxing roundup, or currently detox roundup, as you can see here, is going to that document on Google Drive as well. Okay, and if you want to share my channel, just use this link here. So some iodine deficiency warning signs, symptoms, some of them are going to be repeated. So difficulty losing weight, okay? When a person has a healthy metabolism, they burn calories, give them their energy. Hypo or low thyroid or lack of thyroid hormone slows down a person's metabolism. Thinning hair, I had mentioned. Feeling tired or fatigue, that's huge, of course. Instead of resorting to, I don't know, a Red Bull or something maybe not so great like caffeine or, I don't know, some other substances, try supplementing with iodine, okay? I was supplementing for upwards of 50 to 62 milligrams, not micrograms, of milligrams. That's a lot. I was loading up. I felt fine, even on such a high dose, and I took that daily for probably 12 months or more, okay? No issues. May even possibly detox heavy metals due to the halotropic effect, something called the halotropic effect. You can Google that, how even though heavy metals is in another column on the periodic table of elements, it could help you to detox heavy metals as well, okay? Dry skin is a possible another symptom. You can read about that. Memory, learning problems. By the way, iodine, thyroid hormones are critical for brain development and intelligent quotient. So listen up. I hope this gets your attention. If you want to raise your IQ, make sure you are topped off on your iodine levels, and we need to replenish that on a daily basis. Again, I say a daily basis, okay? And you may have pregnancy complications if the mother is low in thyroid, iodine. So again, you can learn more about these links here. Some of these are other ones. Cold sensitivity, as I had mentioned for myself. Constipation is another one. Okay, muscle aches. I know some of these overlap with magnesium deficiency. You may even have impaired vision, and the classic overt iodine deficiency symptom is goiter. Okay, yeah, goiter. I think that's an enlargement of the thyroid gland. So moving on, these are some of the top factors that my brief research on this Dr. Google has said that blocks or depletes iodine, and that is fluoride, whether in drinking water or even naturally found in teas, actually. Southwest parts of the United States supposedly have higher levels of fluoride, I believe, in the water, according to one podcast I listened to. We got bromide that could be naturally or added, I don't know, in tap water maybe, and bromated pastry flour as potassium bromate. That helps to make the bread rise higher. Okay, one reason why bakers use that. Flame retardants is huge, and that could be anywhere from our vehicles upholstery, furniture upholstery, to toys, to pillows, furniture, like I said, and other sources that we don't want things to catch on fire, like helmets. I was wearing a motorcycle helmet for a year when I rode my motorcycle, so that's got flame retardants for sure. And now, as we know, glyphosate, okay? So let's go watch a video here. This is by a gentleman who actually lost his health, almost died, because he was working on an oil rig, I believe, in Canada, was exposed to a ton of toxins. He went on to go found a great company that manufactures one proprietary stabilized iodine. It's very hard to stabilize iodine, by the way. So this is a video featuring Mr. Ian Clark going over how to have normal thyroid functions. Sit back and enjoy.
Everyone's life, every human body on the earth struggles with thyroid function.
Sorry about that. Going on my internet here. Let's see here.
Throughout everyone's life, every human body on the earth struggles with thyroid function. Now, you might have a good thyroid function right now, but it can go off and on, depending on whether you're fueling your thyroid properly. One of the common problems is called hypothyroidism. It's where you have a lower acting thyroid that's not functioning at the proper levels and is not producing T3 and T4 hormones properly. A lot of people just go to the doctor and get their thyroid nuked and then go on like Synthroid and these different things they have to be on for the rest of their life. That is certainly not the answer. The one thing that fuels the thyroid the most is iodine. Now, not iodine in the raw form, but iodine in the form of iodide. So you see a lot of potassium iodide added to different salts. That's just poison. That's not the kind, I mean, it helps, but it's not good for your body. The kind of fuel you want for your thyroid that helps to balance it into perfect equilibrium is when you take a product called Perfect Iodine. It's I2 molecular iodine molecules. It goes into your system and gets rid of a lot of garbage that's in the system that shouldn't be there, whether it's heavy metals or bacterial overgrowth or candida or any of these things that are very bothersome to your body. The iodine goes in and reacts with that to clean it out and converts over to iodide. Then your bloodstream picks it up and delivers that to your thyroid, which allows your thyroid to find its way again and gets fueled properly so that it functions at the highest level. One of the common problems out there is hyperthyroidism, and that's an overacting thyroid that's trying to overcompensate for the functionality of the hormone production. So your thyroid produces T3 and T4 iodine hormones. Those iodine hormones that you're producing with your thyroid feed your immune system and your brain function. So when it goes too low, it's bad, but this is when it's too high. Hyperthyroidism is actually very dangerous. And it's the thyroid overreacting and trying to struggle because it's not being fueled properly. So the fuel that the thyroid is looking for is in the form of pure iodide. The best way to get pure iodide in your system is to consume orally Perfect Iodine. Perfect Iodine is an I2 molecular iodine Dalton molecule. It's like a gas that's infused into water. And when you drink it, it carpet bombs everything in your body that shouldn't be there, like heavy metals and bacterial overgrowth and yeast overgrowth and fungus and things like that. When it deals with those problems in your body, it converts to iodide, and then your bloodstream picks up the iodide from internal body function, delivers it to the thyroid, and helps to bring it into equilibrium. So when your thyroid is overacting, it brings it back into balance. If it's underacting, it brings it back up into balance. So you want to have equilibrium and full function thyroid. That's the best way to go. And that deals with both hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism. So the difference between hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism is hypo is underacting. It's a low functioning thyroid below normal. And the hyper is above normal. Both of them can wreak havoc on your hormonal system, and your thyroid controls so many different things for your endocrine system. It's an essential factor to have balanced out. The thyroid produces T3, T4 iodine hormones, and that supports your immune system and your brain function and your overall body intelligence. So you want to make sure that you have your thyroid in that perfect equilibrium state. Not too high, not too low, but right down the middle of the road. And that'll improve your whole energy system and your whole body operation across the board.
The leading cause of death worldwide can be traced to diet.
If you eat highly processed foods, you have 50 to 100% increased risk of clinical depression.
Patients with colon.
So that was pretty cool, eh? And so moving on. This is an infographic of how thyroid hormones are produced, okay? So you've got the hypothalamus, pituitary gland. We've got T3, iodine, helps convert it to T3 and T4. Believe T4 is the inactive version. T3 is the circulating version, okay? Again, these are some vital functions. That includes heart rate, body temperature is huge, muscle strength, body weight, menstrual cycles for the ladies, nervous system, cholesterol levels, breathing, okay? Up to 60% of those with thyroid disease are unaware of their condition. And you can share that video by using this shortened link here, tinyurl.com/healthy thyroid function, okay? There's a book that's written by a Dr. David Brownstein, who I've studied a lot with on my own. And he's written actually probably over 16 books, not all of them on iodine and thyroid gland, but I trust him. He's on the top of his game, is probably, in my opinion, one of the world's experts on this critical element, trace mineral that we need. And you can get a copy of this book. I believe his website's drbrownstein.com, should redirect, and you'll see this on his website, okay? Or just go to Amazon. Again, the title of the book is Iodine, Why You Need It and Why You Can't Live Without It. I actually own a copy of this, and I've read it a few times and marked it up. Again, that's Dr. David Brownstein, MD, out of Michigan, I believe, okay? If you happen to reach out to him and place an order, you can mention my name, Danny Zen, Glyphosate guy, okay? Now, these are some foods, since I always believe in, whole food sources, first and foremost, except a couple only, that we can't really utilize for some reason, for specifically folate, the active or coenzymated form, tetra, whatever, some of you guys may know that are supplement geeks. That's one of the few that I actually recommend supplement version first instead of food, okay? So we've got kelp is the king of iodine content, and many, many other seaweeds, okay? Wakame, nori, even sea moss, agar might have the lowest one, okay? Cod and sardines and many finfish have iodine, pretty much anything in the ocean, okay? That's wild caught generally. Scallops, for those that can afford it, oysters, shrimp, or also known as prawns, crab, lobster, and other shellfish, and mollusks like mussels, okay? And of course, you got your squid, cuttlefish, octopus, that's not on here, probably has some iodine as well. Egg yolks, probably pastured, free-range eggs, organic, have higher content of iodine. Then we got all the dairy products, especially organic grass-fed, whole milk, yogurt, cottage cheese, to name a few. Iodized salt, although I don't like it because they usually put anti-caking agents, which gums up your system. Generally not good. You got like what is it called? Pressure yellow, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. And then we've got beef liver, whether that's the actual whole liver or a supplement. Sometimes they even add kelp to the beef liver, desiccated, dried, freeze-dried beef liver supplement, okay? Prunes is a surprising source, the dried plums. Hopefully it does not have a preservative or what is this, sulfur or something, sulfites. And then lima beans, okay? Just to name a few, not an exhaustive search, but generally these are higher in iodine. Can't go wrong with anything from the ocean, okay? So after that, let's watch a longer video also by Mr. Ian Clark, who's really done his homework. And this is titled, Are You Getting Enough Iodine? Okay.
Over the last few decades, we have been immersed in a world where smart technologies dominate. Smartphones hum in our pockets. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth frequencies blanket our homes. Our daily lives are dominated by wireless devices that, as smart as they all come with an unseen cost. A cost that isn't mentioned in your daily data plan or talked about when you upgrade to a 5G network. I'm talking about the cost of radiation. Now, you might be wondering about radiation. Isn't radiation something we only need to worry about in the case of a nuclear disaster? Well, I'm here to tell you it's a whole lot more than that. We are well aware that the very technology that connects us all together also exposes us to radio frequencies. Radio frequencies are radiation, radioactive particles, literally levels of radiation that we have never experienced before in our human history. From cell towers to smart technology to powerful Wi-Fi, even our everyday household appliances are all sources of radiation. Everywhere you go in your car in a world where smart technologies dominate, smart devices. But the big question is, can you do something about this? Can you return to a world without these devices? I don't think so. I don't think there's a chance of that. Can you put on some sort of a protective suit? Oh, maybe, but I think it's completely impractical. Or maybe you can just move to a remote island with no Wi-Fi. That'd be cool, but it's not realistic. I am extremely happy to tell you that there is a way to eliminate the effects of this problem. A way to fortify your body, to protect yourself from within, a way that's natural, affordable, and easy to integrate into your daily life. And I'm about to reveal this to you. But before I do, let's talk a little bit more about radiation. First of all, it's invisible, but it's all around you. You need to become aware of what's invisible around you. It's in your home, your workplace, schools that your children go to. It's in the cars you drive. It's in the park you walk in. It's literally everywhere. And what does radiation do? It alters your cells. It disrupts your biological systems. It throws your finely tuned bodily functions into chaos. It is literally the silent saboteur of your health. Your body has a very sophisticated operating system. It's an exquisite symphony of intricate, synchronized processes. Just touch your index finger to your thumb once. It takes more than 80,000 automated thoughts. Now, what do you think happens when you introduce an interfering signal like radiation into this delicate symphony? It's like spraying fine particles of sand into the gears of a meticulously calibrated clock. It interrupts the rhythm. Every cell in your body is sensitive to this invasion of radiation, as it continuously disrupts the way your body operates. And that, my friend, is not good news. Now, let's not forget the scenario that these large world agencies and media outlets are recently warning us about in the news: the potential of a nuclear war. The release of massive amounts of radiation affecting every cell in your body, your whole endocrine system, particularly your thyroid, which would be totally devastating. Now, there are measures that these agencies are suggesting you take, but to me, they're not nearly enough. It's like offering an umbrella in a hurricane. You need a more robust solution, something that's tried, tested, and reliable, something that gets to the root of the problem that protects you at a cellular level. Now, remember when I said there was a way to protect yourself? A natural, simple solution? Well, now it is time to reveal it. It's an element that's as old as life itself, something that's been crucial to our survival and health throughout human history. And it's called iodine. Yes, iodine. The same stuff you hear about they use in the hospital for an antiseptic, the element they add to table salt, the mineral found in every drop of the ocean. Even every circuit board requires iodine to function and have connectivity. Without iodine, it wouldn't even work. This simple yet powerful element is your frontline defense against radiation. It plays a key role in your body's defense mechanism, particularly for your thyroid gland, which is highly susceptible to radiation damage. You see, radiation, the invisible enemy we've been talking about, has a particular affinity for the thyroid gland in your body. If you're exposed to radiation, it heads straight for your thyroid. Now, your thyroid needs iodine to protect itself against radiation. So if you have a good supply of iodine in your body every day, the dangerous radioactive particles get blocked out. But if you don't have a proper supply of iodine, your thyroid is exposed and will absorb the radiation like a sponge. That's where health issues begin to surface. So I'm talking about fatigue, weight gain, memory loss, metabolic syndrome, and even cancer, just to name a few. All because the thyroid didn't get enough iodine. But here's the good news. You can safely supply your body and your thyroid with iodine, and not just any iodine. I'm talking about a form of iodine that your body can easily absorb and use. I'm talking about perfect iodine. Perfect iodine is a supplement that contains the most pure, biocompatible form of iodine. With perfect iodine, you're not just getting a regular iodine supplement. They don't even work. You're getting a meticulously crafted, quality check source of iodine that's designed for optimal absorption by your body. Each drop of perfect iodine is packed with this essential element, providing your body with the crucial support it needs to combat the daily onslaught of radiation. By taking perfect iodine daily, you're not just protecting your thyroid, you are also fortifying your entire body against the harmful effects of radiation. People who have added perfect iodine to their daily routine consistently report increased energy, improved mood, enhanced cognitive function, a stronger immune system, and a very improved sense of well-being. But it's not just about warding off potential health issues. It's also about boosting your overall health and well-being, which allows you to live a lot longer life with a much higher quality of life every single day. Perfect iodine is a simple, easy step you can take to ensure that your body is primed and ready to face whatever radiation comes its way. And let's be honest, in your hyper-connected world, isn't that a reassuring thought? Isn't it comforting to know that you're not helpless? That you now have the power to protect yourself and your loved ones from these invisible threats? That's what perfect iodine offers. It is a very effective, essential supplement, a shield, a guardian, a beacon of safety in a world of unseen dangers. So now it's time to take the first step. Choose perfect iodine. Choose health and choose safety. Take responsibility and control of your well-being in this ever-radiating world. Perfect iodine is the ultimate must-have in your toolbox in this challenging age you're living in. The only way you're going to discover the power of perfect iodine is to get it inside your body, and it will teach you how important this is to have in your daily life from now on.
Now, I know this wasn't, didn't have any mention of glyphosate, but I would guess that if you load up on iodine, make sure your thyroid gland is saturated with it, it would, not have glyphosate disrupted or displace it, okay? I mean, I don't have any evidence or studies done on that, but to me, it, couldn't hurt to at least to saturate your thyroid gland with the iodine that it so desperately needs. So speaking of which, this is a iodide. I know I'm not getting into the details about the difference between those. You can do that on your own research to find out. But this is by a Dr. Guy Abraham, who is actually the mentor for the author of that book, that Dr. David Brownstein wrote. And this is a site which will have the details of how to do this iodine loading test. And it's OptiMox.com. And if you visit it, it'll take you to, let's see here, this, okay? So this goes over the details. It's a 2-pager about how to do this iodine loading test, okay? And again, I will have this, you can either visit, like I said, tinyurl.com/iodine101, or it should be on my Linktree site, actually, I believe. Let me see here. Yeah, it'll be down towards the bottom, iodine education, and then you'll find, it'll take you, when you go to my Linktree/IodineForDummies site, you'll see at the bottom, OptiMox education, and then you'll see the iodine loading test down towards the bottom somewhere, okay? These are very, very heavily researched. The second to last one, when you go to the education site on OptiMox.com, that's O as in Oscar, P Peter, T Tango, IMOX.com, okay? Very, very detailed stuff, very heavily, cited work, okay, extremely credible. In my opinion, it's probably one of the cutting edge, most credible sources for everything you need to know about iodine, okay, on human physiology. So check that out. I hope that really helps you get to the root cause of your health issues. I know there's a huge epidemic of low body temperature, which is, by the way, Dr. Guy Abraham is the guy who developed a high potency iodine potassium iodide supplement titled Iodoral, for those that are in the health world or savvy and educated to know about this. And it's a tableted form of Lugol solution. I believe it's 13.5 milligrams, if my memory serves me correct. And not necessarily for nuclear radiation emergencies, but maybe just if you want to load up on a convenient way to get a lot of, iodine into you at one time, okay? And again, it's a tableted form. So check that out again, optimox.com/education, which leads me to the late Dr. Broda Barnes, who was, for those that are in the health world, he's got a Barnes basal temperature test that I was doing for years because I had struggled with all sorts of health issues. I didn't know what was going on with me. And when you have low body temperature, you got 50% of your enzymes are not working properly, okay? So essentially, you can go to Wikipedia and type in Dr. Broda Barnes, Broda Barnes is the last name. I'll take you to this. So essentially, if you do not have a waking body temperature, and that is measured with a thermometer, preferably non-mercury, you shake it down, you stick it in your armpit, right in the middle, nice and snug, all the way up, tight up into your armpit, left or right, doesn't matter, I don't believe. As soon as you wake up, before anything, even before opening your eyes, just put it there, have a timer, 10 minutes, like after you shake down the thermometer, okay? The analog, whatever ones that has a safer mercury alternative is more accurate, in my opinion, to digital ones. And if you don't have a between 97.8 and 98.2, you've got an under-functioning thyroid gland, according to Dr. Barnes, and you need to either detox it or load up on iodine or a few, all the different nutrients that the thyroid gland needs, or to detox, generally both to do, okay? Detox and supplement with all the nutrients that the thyroid needs in order to function optimally. So most people have under 97.8. I know I did. I haven't measured it in recent years, but I would venture to say probably over 85% of Americans and maybe around the world have low suboptimal waking body temperatures. And again, it's for 10 minutes. Start a diary log, okay? Put that thermometer on your armpit before you get up, before you even open your eyes, 10 minutes, and see where you're at, okay? I would guess to say it's going to be under 97.8. If it's not between this range, 97.8, 98.2, there's something wrong with your thyroid gland, essentially, is what this whole Barnes basal temperature test is all about, okay? It's a very rough diagnostic test, could be considered accurate. For those that are really savvy in the healthcare world, okay, I believe it's a useful diagnostic tool to use for sure, and I hope you can share it with your healthcare professional. Some of them may not even know about it, okay? So that's a game changer as far as I'm concerned, to get a rough estimate of your thyroid functioning, okay? And do that, for a week or two, maybe more. And so you can learn more about iodine by visiting this link, tinyurl.com/learnaboutiodine. It will take you to this info page by Ian Clark. This actually shows you a list of some of the quote unquote blue zones, some of the longest lived people, and you'll notice that they're all by the ocean. So they generally consume more seafood, so have higher levels of iodine, okay? So check that out. And also, if you just for some reason not willing and able to eat iodine-rich foods for whatever reason, then if you have to, you can supplement it with it, either perfect iodine, as listed here on this link here, tinyurl.com/getperfectiodine. Okay, you'll get this kit, it's amazing. Or you can, by the way, it's, manufactured in a good manufacturing practice facility. It's non-GMO. I don't know what that means. It's not USDA organic, but it's raw. Okay. And it's, what does that say? Safe for teens and adults. Okay. So that's a supplement facts for it. 1 milliliter dropper will get you 150 micrograms. That's actually the bare minimum. So, you would have to take a lot more of this, in my opinion, from knowing what I know. So, I would shoot, you can go to the book by Dr. David Brownstein to kind of give you a guide as to what you need to take based on your age and maybe even weight, okay? So I don't want to serve as a healthcare provider, which I'm not, and I'm not qualified, okay? So anyway, just consult with your licensed healthcare professional or reach out to Dr. David Brownstein there, okay? Again, get this at tinyurl.com/getperfectiodine. Game changer, and you can save 15% as a loyal listener or subscriber to my channels. Either any of these 3 discount codes. Danny's probably easiest, DANNY, when you check out at activationproducts.com. That's with an S at the end, activationproducts.com. Okay. And if you want to help others share this amazing supplement, very pure, cost effective, and earn commissions, just fill out this form here, bit.ly/join activation. Just put my name, Danny Zinn. Okay. That's B as in Bravo, I Israel, T Tango, .ly/JOINACTIVATION, and put my name, Danny Zinn. Last name is spelled T as in Tango, S Sierra, E Echo, N November, G Golf. And if you want a more affordable solution, and this is with the classic Lugol's iodine solution, either 2% or 5%, be sure to use my shortened referral link, which is tinyurl.com/getiodine. Should redirect you to the jcrowsllc.com site. Again, that's tinyurl.com/getiodine. Okay. If you happen to place an order, please forward me a copy of your order confirmation email so I can make sure your order ships out in a timely manner. You can send it to either HowToDieOfNothing@gmail.com, all letters, HowTodieOfNothing@gmail.com, or this one here on my business card, HealthAmericaLLC@gmail.com. Okay. Again, if you have any burning questions, want to add some content to this for future versions, feel free to leave me a voicemail at my landline number here at 786-441-2727 is my landline. Just leave me a voicemail since I don't turn on my phone ringer usually at 786-441-2727. And again, thank you for your kind time and attention, everybody. I hope this was very, very informative as an introductory to your thyroid gland and all about iodine 101. Okay, take care. And again, I will move this on over some of these 3 articles to the this other e-guide of mine, tinyurl.com/detoxing roundup. Just scroll down. Okay. And hope this was helpful, everybody. And let me know if you do get the Perfect Iodine. It's an amazing product. Okay, take care, everyone. And I plan to create this shortened link so you can easily share this video with others. So stay tuned. It's going to be tinyurl.com/iodine101 video. Okay, take care, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Glyphosate guy, Danny Zinn out.